Woohoo, party people. No, it's water. It's blue water in my Jaws bottle. I put some flavoring in it called it's a Toroni flavor. Toroni, is that what it's called?
What is that? I don't know.
Those are the ones you put like flavors in your coffee, but they also have fruity ones.
Oh, yeah.
And this one's called Galaxy.
Ooh.
And it's a little, it's kind of raspberry. It's not too bad, I guess. I made a little, like a very lightly sweetened soda. What?
Does it taste like a Galaxy though, or no?
I feel like that Galaxy's opening up. Whoa. No. Hi, everyone. It's me, Madame Femita, and the Love Witch. We're here for Tarot for Kindness. That little preamble, who knows? We're just a couple of kooks here. This is our weekly get-together where we do fundraising for seniors in Ukraine. We do tarot readings. 100% of the proceeds go to feed seniors in Ukraine who are suffering in this full-scale invasion. So what we do is this. You guys make a donation on PayPal, Venmo, or Super Chat. I'm guessing, my psychic senses are telling me that in the description, see, I'm such a good psychic. In the description is the link for PayPal and Venmo, and Super Chat is just that little button down below us right here on YouTube that looks like a $. We're doing readings for $10 per card. So $10, you can get a 1-card reading. $20, you can get a 2-card reading. $30, you can get a 3-card reading, and so on. Once you make your donation, 10, 20, 30, 40, 100, 150, 200, 780, whatever you want to go up to. I mean, I've got 3 tarot decks here. We can go, sky's the limit. Once you make that donation, come into the chat and let us know where you donated, how much you donated, and what your question is. And then we will do a reading for you. We were just at the live Magic Q&A tea party, and Pilar said, hey, can I make a donation but not have a reading? I don't really need a reading right now. Yes, you can make a donation in any amount. But if you do make a donation, let us know how much you donated in the chat so that we know to add it to our tally. So all you have to do is make that donation in Super Chat or tip us. She was like saying tip you. Is there like a tipping?
Oh, she said the thanks button, which is the super thanks button.
Oh, so. Okay. Super thanks button. Okay. That's not Super Chat. It's Super Thanks.
I think it goes by both names. I think it's called Super Thanks if we're not live.
Okay.
Chat if there's a chat.
Oh, got it. Okay. So here's our resident YouTube expert right here. So anyway, so make that donation. Let us know how much you donated. And if you would like a tarot reading, let us know your question so that we can answer that question. I'm going to use the deck that I'm like having a lot of fun with lately, which is the Relative Tarot by Carrie Paris. I'm very much enjoying this. But you know what I'm going to do also? I'm also going to do a special. So this deck, the Relative Tarot by Carrie Paris. But I have this new deck that's a rune deck, and it's absolutely gorgeous, called Animal Guide Rune Cards. It's by David Lipka and Bartosz Mazik. I hope I didn't mangle their names. This is a Polish couple, makes beautiful, beautiful art, beautiful cards, and these cards are absolutely gorgeous. So I think I'm going to pull an extra one after you pull your card. I'm going to pull one of these because I want to play with this deck. I just got it and I'm just so into it. So I'd love to like get it, do a little extra. So you'll get those for free. So you pay $10 per tarot card. You get a free oracle reading also from Love Witch, and you get a free bonus oracle card from me too. We're giving it all away today. So make your donations and do that. We've got a few people lined up for readings. We've got Niche Fan or New York City Hospital Fan. I don't know what it is. Niche Fan, donation. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Made a donation. John Paul. Oh my gosh, John Paul, we missed you. And then Jessica. Oh my gosh, John Paul, we have been saying, where's John Paul? Where's John Paul? So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad at everything. Oh my gosh, you want to see the Polish deck? Yes, it's the Animal Animal Guides Rune Cards. Animal Guide Rune Cards. And this is made by Blue Angel, is the publisher. So it's an American publisher. They're it comes with a gorgeous big book. Look at this beautiful book. Blue Angel does beautiful decks, all full color inside, beautiful, color images of the cards with lots of information and detail. So this is a lovely way not only to connect to animals, but also to connect to the runes. And if you are like me, I'm like not a rune reader or any stretch of the imagination, but I still am fascinated with the runes and working with the runes. And I think it's a great way to learn. So I'm using this as maybe it'll be the thing that makes the runes click for me. That's what I'm hoping. So so that's the Polish deck. Beautiful. These guys are so sweet. I interviewed them for Show Me You're Familiar. What was it? What did we call it? Meet My Familiar. Meet My Familiar.
It's a show.
Oh my God. Meet My Familiar. I interviewed them for Meet My Familiar. It was we had a really lovely time. So yeah, we talked about working with animals, and their deck is just so beautiful. It really is something so special, right?
Incredible.
Love this art. So good. So we'll get a good look at that when we do the readings, but I'll pull that too. Thank you so much, NYCH fan, Niche fan, for your donation. We're so grateful to you. Thank you for that extra bump that we're giving. John Paul is going to be first, then Jessica, and then Roger. And if you'd like to get a reading, all you have to do is go into the description of this, look for that link for either PayPal, Venmo, or go to the super chat button, make your donation, then come back into chat. Let us know where you donated, how you donated, where you donated, and what your question is. John Paul says, my bosses gave me time off to care for Mama after her hip replacement surgery. It feels like I was let go. If this is so, what new career move would be good for me? I've been working at the senior center for 10 years. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm getting like good intuitive hits on this. The first thing I'm getting really is that there's other opportunities waiting for you. I know you had this connection to those wonderful seniors. You could go back to that job, but it almost is like an opportunity for you to see what else is out there. So before you go back to them and ask them, you might want to go explore what else is out there, right? I think that is like, this is what the universe is doing for you, is opening up an opportunity. All right, let's take a look and see. Aw. I think you could get back in there. I don't really get the sense that it was final, but you could get back in there. And I think you could also open up something that's even more expansive. You have such a kind heart for caring for seniors and your elders. I mean, you have such a good heart, John Paul. But it might be fun to be in an environment with also people that are your own age or younger, could be also good too, or people of a variety of ages. Let's say that, All right, let's see what we get here. So good to see you. My gosh, we've missed you. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is great though, but I'm going to tell you something. So when I got this deck, somehow I got I know what it was. I was like, how did I get this extra card? But when you order decks, like I ordered this wholesale, they sometimes send you a sample card from the deck so that you don't have to open the deck. And if you have a shop, you can let people see what the card texture feels like and all that. I put that extra card in the deck. This is wild. Like I just threw it in there. So I pulled for you. The first card I pulled for you was the strength card. And then the second card I pulled for you was the strength card. So it is not one. It counts as one card. I didn't count this as two cards, by the way. So you're not getting gypped. I'm sorry, this I'm not ripping you off, right? So That is like wild that they were next to each other. Like first of all, I've never had two strength cards show up in a reading. So this is the first time that's happened. And the fact that they showed up right next to each other, the Doublemint twins right there. Oh my gosh. So when I see this weird synchronicity that's happening and there's two cards showing up for you and the two cards showing up next to each other, I really see this as very meaningful. And also, it's the universe underlining it. Like, it's like, yes, and with three underlines under it. The strength card is about you stepping into your power. And that is really like, I think we have to look at like this moment in time as an opportunity to step through a new door. And so, if you'd like to work with seniors again, is there another place that you could work for seniors, right? Or if you want to work with people of all ages, is there a salon that you could go to? But really, where it has to come from is from a clarity in your heart of what it is that you would like. What would you like to manifest? What would you like to manifest? So, before you even start looking for a job, and this applies not just to you, but anyone who is looking for a job right now, think about or wants to get out of their situation and into a new situation. Think about what are the qualities of the job that you want. It doesn't mean like I want to work at this place or I want to make, or it's not so much like I want to work at, I don't know, fancy salon A, right? It's more about what do you want out of the job? Because we could look at fancy salon A and not know that we've got bitchy coworkers or a manager that doesn't take care of things or whatever. So we don't know those things from the outside. So that's why we have to get really deep in our heart to understand what's important to us. I want to work with nice people, or I want to work by myself. I want to have a great clientele, or I want to work with seniors, or I want to work with people of all ages. I want to work close to home. I want something that pays me a certain amount of money, blah, 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 right? So think about your job that you have slash had, and what did you like about it? So you want to put those things that you like. Then think about what you didn't like about it or don't like about it. And then think, well, if I don't like that, then what's the solution to that, right? Oh, I had to drive 45 minutes to get to work. I want to work closer to home, right? So think about those things that you want. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to make a long list of all of these things. I want you to even maybe set a timer for 30 or 45 minutes to just focus on this writing task of writing all the things that you want, really deeply reflecting, really thinking hard about your experiences and what you'd like to take for your next step. Then pick your top 21. 21 is an amazing manifesting number. Make a new list with just the top 21 things that you want in your new job. Take that paper, fold it toward you, and put it in your wallet. That's it. Set it and forget it. Because your wallet is where your paycheck comes to, right? Your money, your wallet. Then think about this not as a rejection or you lost a job, but it's like a door opening to a new opportunity. A door opening to a new opportunity. Because really what I'm getting is this kind of feeling that you're getting that this is kind of ending and something's beginning. I don't get the sense that if you went back there and you said, I want my job back, that they'd say no. They would bring you back in. The hours might be reduced. They might have gotten someone else. In the meantime, you might have to split hours with them, And if, by the way, if they did give you time off, you might want to check with your labor laws. If they gave you time off, that isn't a way to let someone go. They have to kind of demonstrate that. So just FYI, there's a whole other practical aspect to this, but no matter. With the strength card showing up, I really feel like this is pushing you to some new opportunity. I'm going to tell you from my own experience. I was a high school librarian. You guys don't probably know. So I bet I told the story a lot. So maybe you know. I don't know. I was a high school librarian. I was a librarian. I was a teacher. I was a tutor. I had all these jobs with education. And then I was a corporate trainer. I was always educating and teaching, right? So this is why I love to teach, right? So, but I was a high school librarian. And I remember at the beginning of summer vacation, I got a voicemail from my boss saying, you don't have to come back anymore. What? So I called up my boss and I said, what's going on? Like, you're firing me? Like, what? What did I do? And he's like, we hired somebody for $8 an hour to do your job. I'm like, I'm not working. $8 an hour. Was a parent at the school. So I was like, oh man, wow, okay. So it's a budget thing. They cut me. All right. But I can remember in that moment, you know, having a reading not long before that of getting a tower card in the reading. And this was my tower card moment. And I said, okay. I had 15 minutes of like, oh crap, what am I going to do? I have a single mom with 2 kids. I can collect unemployment. Okay, so then 15 minutes of feeling like complete terror and panic. And then I was like, oh, okay. I just need to like get my unemployment, collect my unemployment. I read tarot cards. I'll read tarot cards and then I'll look for another job. So I'll do those 2 things, do tarot under the table, collect my unemployment, and then I'll find another job. The universe had other plans for me. As soon as I leaned into doing tarot, it was like every door opened, right? And here I am. I've never had
I was say, when are you going to get another job?
Exactly. When are you going to look for another job? Exactly. So yeah, exactly. No job. And now I'm saying like, oh, I'd never work for anyone else again. I've been working for myself for so long. So what I'm saying to you is that what feels like a rejection or feels sad, if you can have your sad feeling about it for sure. And of course you have those connections to those beautiful people that you cut their hair. You can still go back and say hello and visit them, you know, if you feel comfortable doing that. But I want you to think more of like getting proactive and really thinking about what do I want to do? I mean, I wasn't even that proactive. I was just like, I'll do tarot till I figure out what my next move is. Not because I didn't want to do tarot. I love doing tarot. I still love doing tarot, but because I thought I can't make a living doing tarot. I can't make a living doing tarot. You know, that's what my thinking was at that time. There's no way. But I was very proactive. I started doing tarot readings at bookstores and restaurants and things, anywhere I could get my foot in the door and they would let me do tarot readings. I was there doing it and had this rounds and doing that. And then I got my own office and then the rest is history. So what I'm saying is that this strength card showing up like this is telling you, don't go into that like snail in the shell, turtle in the shell. You show up like the Doublemint twins here. Strong, courageous, lion-hearted, saying, now it's on to my next adventure. What is it that I'm looking for? I'm going to be very proactive about it. I actually see, and this is what kind of gives me the hint that they aren't.
Looks like we have some more info that he just sent.
Oh, they got a replacement. Is the placement permanent? Oh, whatever sales we got 55%. The bosses own many shops and senior centers. Oh, well then maybe here's what I'm saying. I don't think that the job is over for you, but this is what I see. 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles is usually having 2 jobs, right? So I can see you going to like another senior center or another place possibly and working there and working at another place, like having 2 places that you work at, both doing hair or doing hair and something else. John Paul, you are a kava aficionado or kava, right? Is the thing I'm trying to think. That's it, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kava aficionado. It might be an opportunity for you to work at a wine store, right? It might be something where you expand your knowledge about something or do something different. So you could do hair part-time and maybe work at get your sommelier degree or work at a wine shop or do something wine tasting place or something like that. Could be amazing. So I want you to think a little bit like having two jobs that are like part-time and what those could look like for you, right? Maybe one is the old job and one is something new. Maybe one is working for these senior center places, and maybe it's doing something else too. So think about that, right? Think about that. Hierophant is so like this is also learning something. So what is it that you can learn at this time, right? Is it learning how to talk about wine, for example, or some other passion that you have? Maybe it's here's another thing. Maybe it's being a cat groomer. Oh, so I've been drinking Corbel champagne since the tariffs. Yeah. California wine. Thank goodness. California is still part of the country, I guess. Um, I say that because California doesn't want to be part of this country right now. Anyway, I'm wondering if there's something you can learn in doing this. Like you could learn something, and it doesn't have to be spending a lot of money. It can be self-taught education, reading books, watching videos, taking an online course. It doesn't have to be going back to college, but I think there's an opportunity for you to learn something. Sometimes some of these places you learn on the job, right? So you could work at a wine tasting room, for example, and you learn all about their wines, get knowledgeable and learn about that. You have a basic foundational knowledge you can add to that. So I really see, and then look at High Priestess. Oh, so gorgeous and beautiful, just very much in your power. So I really see this whole thing as being an opportunity. There's nothing negative about this. There's an opportunity opening for you to bring something else into your life, to have two careers, but two part-time careers where you have fun doing both, right? So yeah, it's this cracks me up though.
It's so cool.
John Paul, I mean, that has never happened. How long I've been playing with this deck? For months now. I've
Yeah.
never had two show up in the same reading, let alone two show up next to each other. Tarot is really very honest. Very, very honest. So yeah, so I see this as being something very positive for you, and it's opening up new opportunities. Like do that spell I talked to you about, which is to write that list of 21 qualities of your perfect job. What would you like? What do you want? The universe is asking you that. What do you want? And the universe will deliver. So good. So great to see you, John Paul. We just love you so much.
Yes,
We're so yes, you haven't even, you know how long you haven't been here? You don't even know that I have two new kittens.
there's one right behind you.
Right there. That's Salem, and Binks, his brother, is over there. Binks, ignoring me. Binks, Binksy Boo, come here. Come here. Look, come here. Let's see if I can get him to come over here. Come on. Here. I know what will get him. Something, a string that he can catch. Come on. Come and get it. Come. Oh, he's being, come on. Come over here. Come over here. Here he is. Here's my big boy. Look at that big boy. Ah, hello. They're such good boys. They're good boys.
You're
They're
getting
so big,
smoked
though.
trying to get his shoe crap.
Oh my gosh. Aren't they big, though? They're only 4 months old, 4.5 months old.
They're
So
at
big.
least 5 times the size.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, thank you, John Paul, for your donation. Jessica, you're next. And then Roger, if you'd like to get a reading, you can get a reading too. We're doing readings to raise funds to help seniors in Ukraine. If you'd like to get a reading or make a donation, you can do that. All you have to do is go to PayPal, Venmo, or Super Chat, which is the little dollar button down below. Glinda's still here. Ozma got hit by a car in November. You haven't been around for this whole drama. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was horrible. But Glinda's still around, but Glinda's out in the backyard playing. And then Ozma, who was young and full of, so these little boys are not going outside. They're indoor cats because, Glinda will stroll. She's an old cat. She's 7 years old. She's not running. She runs a little bit, but she doesn't run out in the street. She's smart. But little Ozma would bolt out in the street, like without looking. And that's what happened. She got hit by a car. So Yeah. But Glinda's around. She's just not here right now. So, yeah.
Well, I still have my card for John Paul. And we
Oh,
still have
yeah,
to
that's right. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Now I've got to do
do
my
another card
cards on.
too for the other deck.
Yeah.
I pulled this intuition card, so I laughed a little when I saw the High Priestess show up because I was like, "Oh, you're getting two doubles here," because this is very much that same energy.
Yeah.
It reminded me actually of a time when I was working this copywriting job, and then it got like toward the middle of December, and I could tell that they were running out of work for me to do because they were like, "We want to give you the rest of the year off, and we want to pay you." But I could tell like they were scrambling because there was nothing else on the calendar like for me to do. So I could read the writing on the walls, right? So on my paid vacation, I was like, maybe I need to just like rethink things and find something new in case this does fall apart. So the first day back, I was like, I think I want to move. Could I keep working for you guys remotely, but super part-time? And they were like, oh, that's perfect because we were going to have to lay you off because we can't have you full-time anymore. So maybe it's about coming to them with like a little bit of a bargain, right? Where it's like, I really want to come back. I know you have a replacement, but maybe I could do just these days or work just at this other salon, right? But I think, I don't think that door is closed. But I do think that your intuition is right and that there are other doors that are opening up that are perhaps better. So I would use this opportunity to really start thinking about what feels good, what sounds exciting. I know you mentioned cat sitting for a second there. That's a really good idea. I was a cat sitter for many years, and it's such great, easy money and fun times with like cats. And what better coworker is there than a cat, right? So much better than some grumpy. So
Yeah.
yeah, trying stuff like that, and just I think looking at this as an opportunity and a door opening, not so much a door closing, because I don't think that door is closed. I think it's not as wide open as it once was, perhaps, but I think this is a good thing for you because it gives you a chance to spread your wings a little bit. Oh, or to travel
Yeah.
to California,
Speaking of spreading your
right?
wings, oh my gosh, to Guerneville. Yes. Um, Look at this card,
Oh, cool.
Degas. Degas is expansion, enlightenment, hope, awakening. It's breakthroughs. Degas is breakthroughs. It's a butterfly. You said spread your wings. I think it is like that beautiful opening up energy, that expansive energy. And really it's like that opportunity for rebirth, for something new. And I think that's how you have to view it. Have your sadness or feelings, of course, but don't indulge those feelings. Have those feelings and then let it, really strengthen you to be like, tomorrow, like I'm going to do something with this opportunity. I have an opportunity to make change to get something that is really in alignment with who I am. And I think having those two part-time jobs with learning something new, like I said, maybe it's cat
Mhm.
grooming,
Yeah.
you had a Persian cat, so and you work with hair, so you can work with fur, right? I mean, that could be a new opportunity for you. So there's lots of opportunity, but it is about breakthrough and opening that up. So I love that. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you, John Paul. We're so happy to see you. And sorry about that, and I hope your mom is doing great and getting better day by day. And yeah, we look forward to hearing your update. Not next week. I'm not going to be here next week, everyone, because I'm going to be in Wisconsin at a lake relaxing. But 2 weeks from now, I'll be here. So week after next. Thank you. Thank you. Jessica. Jessica is our next reading. Jessica, what do you have? Um, Feeling stagnant on my practice, feeling like my environment needs cleansing, but not sure which way to go about it. What do the cards say? Okay, let's see. Sorry, I got in a long chat with John Paul about his situation. But and I forgot to let you do your oracle card. Sorry about that. Okay. So here's what I'm seeing here. It's really a time for a reset. And this is a great thing to do during this time because we're in Mercury retrograde right now. Mercury retrograde really supports us if we do anything that begins with RE, like reset, revise, revamp something. So it's really time to revisit something, to go back to something, and to make it something better than what it has been in the past. So we have this death card showing up. And what death card represents is graduation day. Really think about when you're graduating from high school. I've brought this up before. If you're graduating from high school, you don't go, oh, I want to go back and repeat high school all over again. You go, oh, I'm looking forward to a job or travel or college or whatever it is that we're doing after high school. And I feel like there's something about your practice that has that quality, like not to go back to the old things that the practices that you're doing, but to actually bring something new in, really bring in something that's calling to your heart 100%, because we have also the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is about having a personal mission, like the looking for the Holy Grail or having that heart's desire call to you. So it may be great to like set aside some of your practices. I know you are so much about what I'm always advocating, which is to make every day magical, to make everything that you do, imbue everything that you do with magic. But maybe it's time to do something different, right? So instead of those routine rote things, which then I think there's something very interesting about this, right? Like I don't really say like, you should be doing the same thing every day. Because let's say, for example, I'm going to take a very simple thing. You put an oil on yourself in the morning for your intention. Let's say I'm putting bountiful blessings on myself every day, right? At first, you're going to be very focused and you're going to be going like, I visualize filling my life with blessings, right? As you put this oil on you. But if you keep doing it over and over and over and over and over again, eventually you're not going to have that focus on it or that energy for it. It's going to feel like nothing, right? Because you've done the same thing so many times. So I would say to let go of some practices, not that you're letting go of them permanently, but you're going to put them on the shelf for now and bring in new practices. So if you, let's say, my simple example, you're putting oil on yourself, bountiful blessings on yourself every day. I would say try something different. Try ringing a bell around yourself every morning, right? Or try speaking in an affirmation in the morning. Or if you've done candle magic, and it's starting to feel a little flat, set candle magic aside for a while and do something else. What you want to do is to create that excitement, that spark, that feeling of focus that comes with something new. When we're doing something new, we really have to focus. When we're doing something we've done a million times, we don't have to focus, right? Think about like driving a car. When you're a new driver, you're really focused on everything. And then after you've been driving for several years, you're like, whatever, when you're driving, right? You're not focused, which is not so good when driving, right? But that's what you want to recognize. And those things that feel a little stale or stagnant, set them aside for a while. Set them aside. The magic landscape, meaning all of the magical studies that you can do, is so vast. No one is an expert or has explored all of them. Really, I don't think you can really go deep into everything in magic in one lifetime, right? I just think it's too much, right? To learn to do all of that in a meaningful and deep way. So let's put the things that you have mastered. I would say, rather than seeing them as stagnant, say, I've mastered that thing. That might be a better way to frame it. So with something that you mastered, you can set it aside for a while and try something new. And something new will stimulate that excitement, that novelty. So like find some branch of magic that looks exciting to you. Is it another learning about some other culture? Is it learning something like sigil magic? Is it learning a different branch of magic, ceremonial magic, chaos magic? I mean, the sky's the limit. So what is it that is intriguing to you? go, if you can, go to a bookstore and look at that spiritual section, or look in our bookstore at the Parlor of Wonders and look at all the books. We have so many beautiful, amazing books that will open up new worlds for you. And just look to see, like, oh, that, book on talismans. That's an interesting topic I've never really dived into, and I'd like to learn more about it. So, a book can be a great way to get that practice revived and do something different. Um, so what else I see? So graduation day, you've mastered. Now you're ready to like go on to something new, right? But you're going to take all those skills with you, and you, just like high school, you're going to take all those skills with you. You can go back to those skills if you need to go back to them, and you've gained the knowledge, so you have those things mastered. But it's time for some new challenges. Follow your heart, follow your intuition. I mean, definitely, we could say with the Knight of Cups, like doing psychic things would be really supported. Doing energetic work, doing healing work would be extra supported at this time. Two of Cups. I mean, Two of Cups, I could say, love magic. Oh, there's my Simone. Hello, Simone.
She's not happy.
Share. So Two of Cups can be doing love spells and love magic, of course. But I also think it's like doing magic with somebody else could also be really helpful. Somebody that you're close with, that you care about, and bringing them into your magical practice, teaching them, or just finding another practitioner that's a friend that you can have a little mini coven, just the two of you. My little bratty boy, what are you doing here? And also too, interesting. You know what? You asked the question and you got it. Two of Swords is crossroads magic. Crossroads magic, potions, things that you love. Time to move on to those things. Yeah, crossroads magic. That's some real deep magic, doing crossroads magic. So there you go. So thank you so much for your donation. Let's get Love Witch on your oracle card, and I'll pull a rune for you.
I pulled this card that says Journey. And so I think the best way for you to cleanse your environment is to get out of it. Go to some other environment and bring back a little bit of that energy with you. I don't know about you, but like, well, I'm very much a homebody. So, COVID lockdown was a dream for me, right? Like finally an excuse to never go anywhere. But eventually cabin fever sets in, right? And we've got to get out. So when I feel that way, I like go to the beach or go to the park or go somewhere I haven't been in a really long time where I know I'm going to get good results, right? Like a spiritual store that I really love, or a quiet corner somewhere, which let me know if you know of one in New York City, because that's hard to find. So I think go somewhere and tap into that good natural energy to remind yourself of like what things are magical to you. Also, I think ask for signs from your guides, right? And nature is such a great place to spot those signs. So I love to like go out and do a little bit like cloud divination, or looking for signs in nature, in the trees, from the animals. So I think spend some time outside. And if that's not practical, open your windows, invite a little bit of that outside energy in a very simple way like that.
Yeah. The card that I pulled for you, the rune I pulled is Algiz. Algiz, I guess. I don't know how to pronounce runes. I don't speak Scandinavian, so forgive me if I totally mispronounced it. But it says protection, guidance, and care. And what I get from this, I mean, look at that beautiful stag. I mean, the stag is a magical creature. But I also think that this is about working with your ancestors, working with your guides, working with your spirit guides as well. And your spirit guides will lead you. But I really feel like, I don't know, maybe this is how I approach things, but I always get myself, I get very stimulated by books. I love books. I'm a reader. I love to read or listen. If you don't want to read, you can listen too. But I would say like getting those, and I love a physical book. Like I love a physical book. So something about having a book and learning and diving into something, or if you prefer to listen to that book and learn that way. I like a book because I like to write notes and go refer back to things and do all kinds of things like that. So, but I would say like you can just start at the Parlor of Wonders bookshop and just look at the books that we have. We've got great books, great authors, really vetted books that we stand behind and we think are very helpful to magical practitioners, and just sort of look at the variety and see if there's anything that speaks
Yeah.
to your heart.
Our blog posts are
And then
great for
learn
that
new
too, right? We've got so many blog posts on the
what?
site that you could browse through.
Oh, yeah, yeah, absolutely. We've got tons of free learning resources at the Parlor of Wonders. Go to Parlor of Wonders and then go to Learn. And then we have all different categories like how-to guides and animal magic and herbs, things that you can do with different herbs. So you could, I mean, like really, if you want to dive deeply into something, I think that would be lovely. Yeah. Oh, feeling like my environment needs cleansing. We talked about cleansing, ringing a bell. But I think, a great cleanse too is what the Love Witch said. Open the windows, invite the wind to come and do a cleanse and to move things out. If it's not too hot and sweaty, sometimes it's like, don't want to, if you have air conditioning, you might not want to open the windows right away. But if it's a cool evening, you can open those windows and let that fresh air in. And that can also clear up that stagnancy too. So yeah, your environment needs cleansing.
Yeah, I like to open my windows and then ring a bell or do a little like drumming and just send away whatever's not helpful and invite in something that is, right?
Yeah, fresh, clean slate. I love that. Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Jessica. We're glad you're
I have to
here.
say, I think my two most commonly used magical acts I do are opening a window and washing my hands. If I have a frustrating conversation or reading or anything like that, I open the window, send it out, or go to the bathroom, wash my hands, send it down the drain. It's so easy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we have those very, very special soaps. We have our soaps and the Love Witch's soaps. And Love Witch has new liquid soap.
Yeah.
Yes, this beautiful liquid soap. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. You can bring that energy in. Such a beautiful way to do that. And they're very magical looking. They're like full of sparkles. They're so pretty. Yeah. All right. So Jessica, thank you. Roger's next, and then Devon. Hello, Devon. I did call Devon. We did have a conversation. I know I say it every week, but we started working on our plan. We had a meeting on Saturday yesterday. So Roger, there's a Capricorn man who doesn't know me yet, but knows a mutual friend of ours. She said he had a partner, but his socials still say single. If I connect with him, will it go well? All right, let's see what's going to happen.
There's a little part 2 here.
Oh, I hope you're doing great, Pamita dear. I also wanted to point out that this mutual friend hasn't seen him in years, but has grown up with him. Also, every time I think of him, I see repeating numbers. Okay, all right, good to know. You're getting some signs there. I think in the olden days, I think that social media really has not caught up with modern times. I don't think so, right? We're single, we're married, or divorced. Like, what about poly relationships? What about open relationships? What about I'm dating? I mean, they do have it's complicated, but that always to me is like code for I'm a sleazeball. So it's complicated means you're cheating on somebody, right? It means you're complicated, exactly. So anyway, I think those things, can be a good indicator, but I also think they don't give enough possibilities for all the possible relationships that can be, all the different flavors. My gosh, it is 31 flavors when it comes to relationships, isn't it? There's just all kinds of different things that, we can be. And I think one of the wonderful things is, in my ancient cronehood, seeing I was thinking about opening up that idea, right? I think in my ancient cronehood, I've seen people go from this very heteronormative, patriarchal way of viewing relationships to so many options that are about discovering for yourself what's pleasing to you, right? Like what works for me and what works for my life. My relationship is very normal, vanilla, whatever. I mean, not to say not, other relationships are not normal. It's a very vanilla, kind of relationship. It's monogamous. It's been together a long time and all of that. But I love that these other flavors exist out there, right? That is something that is so good. Like, I think that even if you don't participate in those other flavors, just knowing those flavors are out there is just such a freeing thing. Then you can choose, right?
Mm.
Then you have choice, which is always a good thing. All right, let's see. All right, Roger. And we'll also pull an oracle card. Oh, interesting. Okay. So Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card that says for this relationship, you have to make the effort, right? So you're going to have to reach out to him, or you're going to have to get an introduction if you don't know him. You might start by reaching out to him. Oh my gosh. Talking about this reminds me of time I was in my bus commute from work and I saw three men holding hands. As shocked as I was also low-key fascinated, right? I know thruples and quadruples, and I don't know any quintuples.
Yeah.
Polycules. Yeah, not yet. I have had, lots of people that I love and care about in all kinds of different configurations. And the wonderful part of this is that it opens up the door for everyone. When they are courageous and three guys holding hands, it opens up the possibilities for somebody else that wants, maybe thinks about that or wants that in their life. So Seven of Wands is a card about making effort and succeeding. This is a card of success. So I always think of this card as kind of like, if you want something, you have to climb to the top of the mountain, but you will climb to the top of the mountain and you will achieve the goal. So what I see in this is that you're going to have to make the effort. If you want this relationship, or you're thinking about this relationship, you're going to have to be the one that initiates it. Your friend is not seemingly helpful when it comes to like initiating it. Maybe if you told your friend, hey, I just want to make a new friend, maybe your friend would introduce you or do that. But if you're on social media and you have a mutual friend, you can friend somebody on social media without, having a meeting in person. And then you can also, I would say, start to comment and not going overboard, not being, too much at the beginning, but just once in a while, like something, comment on something, make it, if you want to comment on everything, I'd say limit it to maybe once a week. You make a little comment and then that person will get to know you, right? They'll see your comments and they'll get to know you. So that could be a good way if your friend won't introduce you. But I think you have to make the effort. Really, what it's saying is nobody's going to help you get this. It's going to be you and your effort and your ability to go for it is what's going to open it up. So yeah, but it's showing success. What do you have,
this card that
Lovelich?
says listen. So I think when you get the opportunity to talk to this person, you seem to ask questions and then listen to the answers. And I think he's going to be pretty forthcoming. So if you ask, are you seeing anyone? He's going to tell you, and he'll tell you honestly. If you ask, are you in an open relationship? He's going to tell you all the details of it if he is. So don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we can really dig ourselves into very big holes that are hard to get out of. Just because we're afraid to ask questions, when really this is like the best way to get knowledge is to ask. So the squeaky wheel gets the oil. Is that the phrase? Be the squeaky wheel, get the oil.
Yeah. It's about making that effort. It's about you initiating and you doing it. So if you're not an initiator, this is an opportunity for you to try something new. If you are someone that's comfortable with initiating things, then it's telling you to do it, and to make this move forward. So he's not going to move forward. He doesn't know, and so you have to make yourself be visible to him. The rune card that I pulled was Rado. Rado is movement, journey, and adventure. Look at that
So
hair.
cool.
Oh my gosh. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful images. The hair has like wings on its ears. Look at that.
Reminds me so much of this card, right? Like listening will take you to whole new heights. So use your ears.
Yeah, use your ears, right? But I also think about this, like, to go on the adventure means to take that risk. I mean, that goes along with that Seven of Wands, which is to like to climb to the top of the mountain, you have to risk, right? To achieve something, you have to risk. And so in this situation, you have to take a little risk. Yeah. I'll take that to heart. Yeah. I think this is beautiful. This is also fertility. So, doing it, I guess. And look, there's a mountain in the background, right? That mountain in the background. So I really see this as like, this is an opportunity, but like kind of view it as an adventure. Like what's the worst that can happen is nothing, right? What's the next best thing? You could be friends and having a great new friend, right? And then what's the best thing is that you have a lover, right? So there's nothing really to lose about going for this. The worst that can happen is nothing, right? So yeah, there's no reason not to go for it, but it looks like success and it looks like saying go for it. So yeah. Thank you so much, Roger. Okay, next we have Devon and then we have Adrija. If you'd like to get a reading, go ahead and make a donation. $10 per card, per tarot card. You don't pay for the rune card or the oracle card, just for the tarot cards. And 100% of the proceeds go to feed seniors in Ukraine who are suffering in this full-scale invasion. So you're doing something good in the world. You're getting a reading. I mean, like win-win-win for everybody, right? As Michael Scott in The Office says, it's a win-win-win. All right. So next we have Devon. I know what Devon. Let me see. The usual. Yes. Hi, feeding a full granny. Yes, $40 feeds a senior for 2 weeks. This is why she's saying that. So your donations are making huge impact, bigger impact than they would make even here. That $40 goes a long way in Ukraine. And they get 2 weeks worth of good, healthy groceries, chicken, vegetables, some rice, some flour, oil, butter, milk, eggs, things that they need to be able to cook for themselves. Many of these seniors are homebound and can't even get out to get groceries. So this is a lifeline for these seniors. And if you want to see, by the way, if you want to see the seniors that you're helping, you can follow Yulia on Facebook. Here's Yulia. She's the head of Tarot for Kindness, and she's the one that really has a small team that they deliver these groceries, and it's such a beautiful thing. All right, so let's take a look and see. All right, your usual. Oh my gosh, so cute. Lots of good people in your, this is really sweet. Lots of good people in your environment this week. We've got Page of Wands, Page of Swords, and Knight of Wands. 3 important people this week. I feel like this week is going to be opening up some new friendships, new possibilities, and good people coming in. The first one we'll talk about is Page of Wands. Page of Wands is young energy, playful, fun, creative, active, right? This is an energy of somebody who's optimistic, positive, full of life, full of energy, wants to go do things. So I feel like you're being called out to go have some fun, to go play. I mean, the second card is Page of Swords, which is that air sign Gemini energy, playful. So I almost feel like, think about like 2 kids playing, right? They have fun, right? They just go and they play and they have a good time. So I feel like there's some playmate for you, some fun person for you that's gonna, like, you're gonna do fun things, playful things that Geminis love, right? Creative, artistic, beautiful, fun, just lighthearted play. That's what you need to bring in for sure this week. Really bring in that playful energy and play with your playmates that show up for you. When someone says, let's go play, you say yes, okay? Don't get too adulty this week, right? When someone wants to do something, play hooky from work, maybe even. Or, go do something really fun for you. Go do something that really lights you up or, feels, this is such a great time of year to go out and do things. It doesn't have to be if it's too hot and sweaty. Like I've heard it's horrible in New York right now, right? You wouldn't know, your windows are closed.
For a reason,
right?
Yeah.
If it's too hot and steamy, it doesn't have to be like you're going out into a park if it's hot and sweaty and muggy, but you can go to beautiful air conditioned museum or restaurant or fun place, inside Coney Island. You have those beautiful breezes from the ocean. So there's all kinds of things you can do. Playful things. Just find playtime. Playtime is important, but playing with others is important. Knight of Wands, I also see like creativity, enthusiasm, positive energy, optimism. There's like a new burst of energy. It follows that play. So I also think this is partly you. I also think somebody that stimulates that kind of creativity and problem solving and really optimistic energy. I did say yes to have some fun. I love that. I love that, Devon. Yeah. And it needs to feel like very light and very joyful. I love that. The light and joyful energy. Knight of Wands is like, there's also, when we talk sometimes, Knight of Wands, as he's holding this very phallic staff, can sometimes be like flirtation or things feeling a little spicy too. We can have that energy coming in. Even I think there's something else that's like to how do you make yourself feel desirable and sexy? What do you do? Is it like wearing something really beautiful? Is it getting your hair done? Is it like getting your nails done? Like, what is it that makes you feel like a little zhuzhed up? I think that would be also really good for you right now to bring in that magnetism. Listen, and Queen Elizabeth oil doesn't hurt. Maybe some fame and fortune oil for popularity would be good as well, too. Then I think Three of Pentacles shows up. Well, Three of Pentacles is, I'm going to say, this is a great card for working on projects with other people. I know you and I are talking about working on a project together, Devon. So this could be that, working on that project together. But it really is about harmonious teams working together. So it could be at work. It could be these, fun friends that you have and that you're working together actually towards something. Pentacles represent that earth energy, that manifestation. So what are you trying to manifest? But you're manifesting with others. So think about what you'd like to manifest and in whatever capacity, whether it's with me, whether it's with some other project that you're working on, but what would you like to manifest? Do your manifesting this week. That is definitely on the table. So all right, Love Witch, take it away.
I pulled a very playful card as well. This one says express. So I think expressing yourself in playful ways this week is a good way to get the ball rolling with this, right? So maybe it's wearing something really colorful or going into work with a joke that you want to tell or something, but like finding ways of opening up those fun doors through your expression. I think too, like this is a nice invitation this week to keep things light. People may try and go to heavy places or weigh things down, and you can be the balloon that lifts it right back up. So find that levity this week so that you can bring it to all the situations you find yourself in. I think I love too how like there's these flowers growing from these people, right? Like expressing ourselves in these ways will make things grow and will lead to beauty. So don't be afraid to lean into that.
Yeah. And then look, I also pulled Degas for you too. That's the card of expansion, opportunity, opening, breakthroughs. This is the card of breakthroughs. It says enlightenment, hope, awakening. It is like, but it's about breakthroughs. It's about opening things up. It's about, evolution and expansion as well. So be like that little butterfly. My gosh. Do you guys have somewhere in New York, they have to have like a butterfly pavilion? Do you guys have a butterfly pavilion somewhere?
I don't know. I hope so. That sounds great.
It's
No,
the best thing in the world. It
uh,
is.
I gotta Google that. I don't know.
Yes, because in LA, we have at the Natural History Museum a butterfly pavilion. I think it's like 10 or 15 bucks. You have to make an appointment, but you get like 20 or 30 minutes in this place that's got hundreds of butterflies around you. It is the most magical thing. I just sit there and I just like hang out and just love it. I'm such an insect lover. Like I love my bees. I have beehive. I got a new beehive, by the way. Now I have 4.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know you got a third one.
The third one is sort of like struggling a little bit. We think it doesn't have a queen, but I just got a new beehive, a third active, very, very active beehive. So yeah, I've got
Just
4.
Googled, and apparently there's over 50 species of butterflies in the conservatory gardens in Central Park, which is this great, very underrated part of Central Park that most people don't know about. We should go there when you're here. It's at the very
Yes.
top, and it's inspired by like English gardens. And there's all these beautiful flowers, and it's very manicured, and there's never anyone there. So we'll go. We'll look for
That sounds
butterflies.
beautiful. Oh my God, that sounds amazing. Yeah. So go hang out with some butterflies too. Maybe Devon, you can go to Central Park and hang out with some butterflies. That wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, that is such the Gemini thing, right? Hanging out with butterflies? Come on. Come on. That is the most Gemini of all Gemini things. All right, Adrija's next, and then we don't have anybody. So this is our last call. If you'd like to get a reading now or never, because we're going to do Adrija's reading. And she's the last one on the list. You can also make a donation. If you'd like to just make a donation and not get a reading, you can make a donation in any amount. Just let us know in the chat that you did make a donation so that we make sure that your donation gets to the seniors. If you don't tell us, I don't check, and it. So just let us know. All right, so here we go. Adrija, past, present, future with me and A. All right, let's take a look. 3-card reading. You know what would be good to do an article about? Questions to ask for a tarot reading. This is a great question. What's my past, present, future?
I have that as a blog post on my website, but I can make.
Oh.
I was like, where have I heard that before? My blog.
That's a good. I knew that. I saw. Okay, that's probably where I saw it.
I think I got.
I probably saw it in your website, and then I thought it's an original idea. Plagiarism.
As you said recently, there's no writing, there's only rewriting, right?
So,
oh, as you
what'd you
said
say?
recently, there's no
You're breaking
writing,
up.
there's only rewriting. We're far enough in history that everything's been said, right?
That's right. That's right. That's right. But here's the thing. Yes, we need to have this. And the reason I say that is because we could
Yeah,
put
that's a
it
great
in
idea.
here. And if people want to have a reading, but they're not sure what to ask, they can take a look. So we can put that in the place underneath, where we put it. So that might be a good thing. We could just put a link to yours. Honestly, it's fine. You don't have to make a new one. All right. All right. One more shuffle for Adrija, and then we're going to get focused here. All right. Perfect. That was a perfect shuffle. Do you judge your shuffles when you shuffle
the
your
cards?
cards?
Always tell me when to stop shuffling. So like if they are hard to push together, I know it's good. But if it's easy, I got to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Huh. This is interesting, Adrija. Very interesting. Okay. Very direct. Extremely direct. Very interesting. So past is the Lover's card showing up. Lover's card, of course, being that connection that you had in the past. There's something that is very interesting about the Lover's card because it represents this balance, this relationship where you're supporting one another, you're a team and you're a unit. So I do think that we've had that. Now, I think of the past as not just our past in this lifetime, but other lifetimes as well. So I don't look at this as just like the past that you had here. Yes, it reflects that, but also that you had with A, where the two of you were together. And we know if I have to repeat anything of which. Page of Cups is the present. So Page of Cups is an interesting card to show up because it represents the heart connection, but it often represents what I would call a love that lacks some certain level of maturity. When I see a page, I see somebody who is not ready to settle down, too young to settle down. I don't care what their chronological age is. In their heart, they're still wanting to be a kid, right? They're still wanting to be a young person. And there can be, with the Page of Cups, a little bit of like hot and cold energy, right? They're hot and cold. They're thinking about you. then they're not thinking about you. They're wanting to be with you, then they're not wanting to be with you. And so that kind of hot and cold energy can be really draining if what you're doing is very much further along and very stable. So there is a little bit of that going on right now. I don't know if he's reaching out to you or not reaching out to you, but I do get this like pulsation of like wanting to be with you and then not wanting to be with you, whether he's reaching out to you or not. But he is thinking of you, but I don't get a consistent, solid, moving forward energy. It's a little bit flaky. However, going forward into the future, we have 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is a card of deep commitment and building a life together and a long-lasting relationship. Again, this might be in this lifetime or a future lifetime because we have this soul connection. This person is in your soul group. Reason I'm saying that is no communication. Okay. So what I'm saying is it may not be in this lifetime. It may be in another lifetime, a future lifetime where you finally get together. So you can say to yourself, if it is healing for yourself, we'll meet again in another lifetime. This lifetime, it didn't work out. We were in two different pages. You wanted something different than what I wanted. It's fine. We'll have another lifetime to do that. What I wouldn't advise, like in good conscience, I can't say to you, wait around for him to grow up because we don't know if he's going to grow up when he's 30, 35, 40, 50, or 90, or never in this lifetime. So you don't want to wait till somebody's 90 when they finally get the wisdom to know, I want to have this kind of relationship that matches your vision of relationship. As we were talking earlier, right? As we were talking earlier with Roger, it's not everybody's flavor, right? I almost get the sense that sometimes we try and make everybody like the same flavor, but not everybody likes that flavor. And it's going to come out in some way. So if somebody wants to have open relationship, but the other person wants to have a monogamous committed relationship, that's a recipe for disaster, right? So people can often think that they want to have a committed monogamous relationship, but they're not really reflecting on what their truth is. That's what we want to get to, is the truth. Because as I said, the truth will set you free, right? So if me and person X I want to have this very committed relationship, a person X does not, one of us is going to be unhappy. Either I'm going to force person X to be in a committed relationship when they don't want to be, or they're going to be in a relationship that's open and I don't want to be. So you have to also consider that not everybody wants the same thing. Nothing wrong with that. Not everybody likes chocolate ice cream. It's okay, right? Not everybody likes lemons. I don't know, making up something. So it's okay for us to have different likes and desires. But the problem comes when someone says, I really, really, really like lemons. I need to like lemons because lemons are good for you. They have vitamin C, but I don't like them. So how often are they going to go pick up that lemon and squeeze a little lemon juice in their tea or something else? They're probably not going to do it. They might force themselves to do it for a while, but it's very hard to keep a habit when your natural proclivities are not toward that. So what I'm saying here is that your vision of what you want, it is far better if you don't like lemon juice, but you like orange juice. It's so much better for you to go find orange juice than to stick around and try and make lemon juice into orange juice. You're never going to make lemon juice into orange juice. You can add sugar to it. It's still not going to be orange juice, right? So I think that's one of the things that we work on when we really do our own inner spiritual work, is to not force someone to be something that we want them to be, but to accept them as they are, and to accept people and their desires. And if that is not a match for you, know that there is a match for you. It's just not that person. And you can try again in another lifetime. There's always another lifetime, right? I've had relationships in my past where I love the person still to this day, care about them, want the best for them, but it wasn't meant to be in this lifetime. Okay, so we'll try again in another lifetime, right? We have to, that's part of maturity and growing up, is accepting and realizing and knowing. On the other flip side of that is that we can have what we want. We may not be able to have it with that person, but we can have it with someone else, right? So, yeah. All right, Love Witch, what do you have?
I was watching this show recently called The Rehearsal, and part of it is this guy was looking into all of these plane crashes. And it turns out a very common recurring theme among these plane crashes is that the co-pilot noticed a problem but didn't speak up because the pilot was like too confident and they were afraid of like speaking up, afraid of rocking the boat, right? And then people die because the plane crashes. So communication is so important. If you can't really express exactly what you want, it could go that serious. And in a relationship, the stakes usually aren't that high. But I think, or actually, I know, I see with a lot of my clients that a lot of times people say they want something, they think they want something, but they haven't really looked at it like closely enough to realize like, okay, this is what people are telling me I want, or this is like lemon juice and I like orange juice. So you have to really know what you want. I think A doesn't know what he wants, or he has an idea about what he wants, but it's not a clear picture. And I think that if you want to wait around forever, you can get a clearer picture. I pulled this card that says patience. So I think if you want to wait, and if you want to put your life on hold, this looks like a frozen lake to me. So I think this is really about being on hold. Then eventually the ice will break. You'll see some change. But I don't think that's worth waiting for. This is not like a comfortable situation to me, right? Like, I don't want to be in a boat on some frosty lake waiting for a hit. No, I want to go warm up and be around people who are on the same page as I am. There's no one else in this picture except for that person that's waiting. So, waiting around, it's a lonely game. It's a game you can play, and it's a game that may eventually yield a good result. But I think there's a lot better choices you could make and a lot of better ways to spend your energy and your time that are going to yield much faster, better, happier results. So for somewhere warm,
Yeah.
that's what I would do. Ice fishing.
Yeah.
Unless you
Yeah,
find somebody
exactly.
that loves ice
Well,
fishing with you and
interesting.
wants to cuddle up and keep you close, right? That sounds okay, but not.
The card that I pulled for the rune card was Ansu's. And Ansu's is knowledge, speech, and intelligence. I think of this as being like thinking rationally about this, non-emotionally, to get into your head. You've got lots of air sign energy. So you've got that brilliant mind. And what this is telling you to do is to look at this in a rational way. A rational way is not the emotional attachment. A rational way says, this person rejected me. I want to have a relationship. There's mathematically billions of potential partners. So why am I stuck with this, like this silence, this ice? What is that bringing to me? To long for somebody who is not around is it doesn't make rational sense. Oh my gosh, Simone, you're so cute. You're so cute. Um, I think you want to look at this with rationality. It's fine, like Love Witch says, if what you choose is I'm going to wait around. But also look at that action. Are you going to wait around and go, okay, it's fine. I can hang out with my friends. I can have fun. He'll come around. When he comes around, no big. That's one way of waiting around. Another way of waiting around is I'm so sad. I'm so miserable. I want this person. They're rejecting me. I want them. I want them. I want them. That doesn't sound to me like something I would wish on my worst. Maybe I'd wish it on my worst enemy, but I wouldn't wish it on my friend. And Adrija, you're my friend. You are somebody I care about. So to have this longing and this sadness rationally doesn't make sense, right? if you're going to just wait and be casual, like, hey, he'll come when he comes. I'm going to have my fun. I'm going to hang out with my friends. I'm going to go dating. I'm going to do all these other things. And if he shows up, great. And if he doesn't, fine. That's a much better way to wait around, right? Than to wait around hoping, praying, longing for that contact from this person who isn't giving you really anything. Why are we giving so much energy to somebody who isn't giving us anything,
Or who's giving
Question
us
to
a lot of
ask.
things like heartbreak, sadness, frustration, right? It may not be nothing, but it doesn't mean it's something good.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the rational mind has to come in at some point and say, you know what? I'm going to make a different choice. I'm either going to be very casual and very light and just whatever happens, happens, or I'm going to really do my work to clear and cleanse and bring in something better. So it's a choice you get to make. You do have a choice. Honestly, we do have choices. Even with things like our heart, we have choices. So it's like letting the mind drive the car, not the heart drive the car right now. So, yeah. Thank you so much for coming here and for doing a reading with us. We're always so happy to see you. I want to say thank you to everybody. We finished our last reading. If if you want to go really fast and jump into the chat and let us know that you are making a donation, you can. Otherwise, we're going to wrap it up today. We want to say thank you to Adrija, Devon, Roger, Jessica, John Paul, and New York City Hospital, and Niche NYCH fan made a donation. I want to thank all of you. We raised 210 today. Pretty darn good. That's 5 seniors plus a little extra. Thank you guys so much for your donations, for joining us here. Next week, we will not be here because I will be on vacation, but we'll be back the following week. So I hope to see you then in 2 weeks. We are always so happy to just hang out with you and do some readings and have some fun and chit chat and talk about the cards. It's always a lovely thing. And to do some lovely little check-in readings for all of you. Thank you guys so much for your donations. Anything you want to announce? Oh, a couple of announcements coming up. We have beginning tarot. Speaking of tarot, we have beginning tarot classes starting September 14th. Very excited about that. Hope you'll join me for that. We also have Publish Your Book Witch starting on the 31st, right? Is that it? So yes, so the 31st of July, Publish Your Book Witch. If you have an idea for a nonfiction book and you have at least one chapter and the outline done, or you can get caught up between now and July 31st, write one chapter and an outline. You can join us for Publish Your Book Witch, which is all about the publishing world, how to get a nonfiction book published, spirituality or mind, body, spirit, or witchcraft, or anything, anything in that realm. We've got a wonderful class lined up. Can't wait to start that class. Class will be starting on the
August
31st.
3rd, actually, not the 31st.
August 3rd. Sorry, not the 31st. Oops.
Being too agreeable. I was like, yeah, that sounds right, but no.
I'm coming back on the 31st. That's why I'm back from my vacation. That's why that was stuck in my head. August 3rd. All right. So anyway, you can find out more about that by going to Publish Your Book Witch or witchcraftworkshops.com. You can find out at witchcraftworkshops.com the Tarot Academy, where you can learn beginning tarot. We have a 5-week beginning tarot class and a 5-week advanced tarot class. If you have taken that class before, this always applies, you can retake it for free. So if you want a refresher and you've taken it before, Love Witch will be reaching out to you and seeing if you're interested in taking it, and then we'll set you up with a free pass so that you can come back. All right, you guys, I'm very sleepy today. I don't know what it is. I took a nap and it just I'm so sleepy. So thanks again so much for being here. Thanks so much for being here, Love Witch. You look gorgeous as usual. You look like a beautiful little autumn
Thank you.
leaf.
Calling in cool weather, right?
All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. We'll see you in 2 weeks.